Hey everyone, the professor here with your crude oil analysis video update. So we are looking here, and I want you to take a look at this section right here. And then I want you to look at this section right here. So as you begin to look at some of these commonalities that are happening, this does not mean that the market is going to necessarily repeat itself, but understand where we are at right now at this particular time in the market. So again, this is a nice area that today in our trading app, we took our nice 20, 30 pips. Some took a little bit more in our 20 pip challenge. So we're giving you 20 pips a day inside of our challenge. And we'll talk a little bit more about that in just a little bit. So for now, let's go ahead and do our analysis. We can kind of see here that price closed on this 4 hour, okay, on this doji candle, okay, closed on this doji candle. We had that same candle over here, and then we saw price begin to melt. That does not mean that that's going to happen here as well, but it's just something interesting as you look at price action to kind of begin to journal as to what's happening inside of the market. Now, I do want to bring your attention to a couple areas that a lot of traders do not spend time in, and that is both the monthly and the weekly. Okay, so if we look at the current month in February, happy early Valentine's Day to everyone for tomorrow. We can see here, right, we are writing this trend line right now on the monthly time frame. Okay, so again, this is February, January, and December. And so we are writing up that trend line on the monthly time frame. When we switch over to the weekly, there is the trend line on the weekly. Okay. Now we have not yet been able to break and close above here, which is 78.81. We got close, but we did not get there. Okay. So if we start looking at exhaustion, right, are these sellers coming into this particular area? So we're going to kind of bring this out and we're going to kind of keep that right now in this particular area as we do this higher time frame analysis. So we kind of have price trapped in this area, right? What we want to know is, of course, as we move down in time frame, right, are we going to get another push down towards the trend line and then higher, or are we eventually going to break the trend line and continue going further down? So I'm going to keep that there right for you. And then we are going to go over into our day chart. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to replace this with a zone right up here. Okay, so we're coming up on that trend line right there. We can clearly see that as we are moving. And so we want to begin to look at the price action that is happening inside of this area. Okay, so as we bring this forward, now what we can do is that on a daily time frame, okay, we can look at these positions here. We had a bounce off that trend line. We came back towards that trend line. We came back near that trend line, and then we came back towards that trend line. So no question, 100%, right? In this particular area, we are trading higher or trending higher. Now here, we are at this area. So this area, I'm going to make that white to be consistent, is an area that we have not been able to close. And again, a close on that area means that we have, at least in my opinion, a 1 hour candle that closes above. Okay, we have not yet seen that. So that, again, that does not mean that that is not going to happen. So understand, one of the hardest things in trading is to keep your personal bias and your emotion out of it. So until we get a candle closure above that zone in this area, we've got to look for more sell opportunities than buy opportunities. Right? I'm going to give you a couple of those different scenarios in just a few minutes in the video, but we have to understand where we are at as we move forward in the analysis. So as we get back into the chart here, right, we definitely want to look at this particular area. So what I want to do now that the day has closed, okay, the daily candles have closed, let's go ahead and start with a Fibonacci from this high to this low. Okay. And you can see here that we ended up tapping that 88.6 area. That's exactly where we took our sells earlier today inside of our app. And again, a lot of our folks caught that sell. It was a counter trend sell because you can obviously see that this is a strong trend up, but we found a good area. These are the pivot levels that we traded, and we were very, very successful. So now we have to ask ourselves, okay, what's kind of happening here, and what are we doing with regards to crude oil in this area? Well, for right now, unless the market opens in just a little bit with a gap up to the top side, right? I would expect that we're going to see somewhat of a retracement back down to some of these levels. Now, what I want to do is, because you can always go back and watch this video, I want to go ahead and grab a Fibonacci level now from this low to this current high, because that's the data that we have, and kind of take a look at where the 61 to the 88 area is. Okay. Now, again, on this daily chart, right, we have not made yet a higher high. So if we make a higher high, that's going to be up in this area. And then, of course, we know at that point, we'll be looking for, retests and things of that nature, but we're not there yet, right? We have to trade what we see. So as we drop down now to the 8-hour chart, here we begin to look at our areas, right? We have our trend lines marked. We can see here in this particular area, we had this move up. We rejected this, basically, let's just call it 80. It was about 79.50 area. We came back down towards the trend line, and then we're back up towards this area. And again, we did not close above that 78.34. Okay, that could possibly indicate that we're going to see first a movement down again before we may continue to go back up from this point. But we've got to look at these lower levels. And if we look here, right, our next level, if we come down back into this area that we love to trade inside of our group, which is right around the 78, 80 percentile, takes us pretty darn close to that trend line again. Okay, so until we get a candle closure of a 1-hour candle above 80, right, we will take these sell opportunities when they become available, right? When they become available, because these are counter trend sells that we can scalp all day for 20 points. Okay. The big move, meaning if you want a signature move of 200 or 300 pips, you're going to have to wait until we get down in this area to see that next possible wave back up in that direction. Okay. I would not go long from here because we're already at this high. I would wait to see further drop down in price. So now as we look at the 4-hour, this is what we were referring to at the beginning of the video. Okay. This is where we are at. Exact same area here. So, we may see another initial push up, okay, into this area, because I think they are going to go for this wick right in here. At some point, they're going to go for that wick. Now, whether they take out that wick and they close higher, we don't know yet. Okay. So this area here that I'm marking now in the white, okay, that I'm going to turn into a different color, so it's a little bit different. I'll turn it yellow. Okay, that is the area that if we get an extension of this area, this could be a next sell point, because this is another fib line right in here. So I'm going to move the extension up in here. I'm going to get rid of this candle here because I'd rather be more conservative. For many of you who are maybe brand new to trading crude oil, this here would be the better area, which is about 81. Okay, if we get the extension into 81, then that would take out this high here, okay, that was created back on January 28th of this year. And then that would give us a new high for the month. And then we would look to sell up in this area. Okay. And again, all this can change with any crazy fundamentals. Now, again, a quick thing to remember is that tomorrow, and I haven't confirmed the schedule, but usually on Wednesdays, we have crude oil inventories. So keep that in mind. You may not want to trade 30 minutes before or even an hour after crude oil inventories, or just don't trade at all, right? Because there may be some big flushes in the market because of it. So as we get back into the chart here, and hey, if you're getting some value, you can definitely drop the like button for me. I would appreciate it. If you're brand new here, this is our bread and butter. This is where We make some good pips here daily, especially if you're in the app. So again, hit the share button, subscribe, hit the notifications bell. And again, if you want to get some more value, definitely consider looking at theprofessortrades.com and see if that works for you, and check it out at some point. So as we get back into the charts here, we are going to look at this area. Okay, we are going to look at this area. For now, anywhere up in this area, we've got to consider sells in this area. And if we get a pushback down into this area, then down in here, right, this is where we begin to look for buy opportunities. Okay, buys only in this area. Okay. Now, again, that's going to change. And that's really the beauty of, being connected in a trading community, is that we're updating each other almost hourly about what's going on. So if you need help, again, I encourage you to check it out. And you see, it's not going to break your wallet. You're going to make your money back and then some. So that's the important part of having good mentors, having a trading community. And trust me, I'm not the community. The 160 traders that are in there chatting, helping each other out, cheering each other on, that community, you can't put a price tag on it, but we've made the price tag super affordable so anyone from any country can come in and take advantage of it. Okay, so this is where we begin to look for our next wave of buys. In the meantime, up in this area, right in here, right, price moves up here, we have to be able to look for sells at that particular time, because there will need to be a retracement period. Okay, just like we had a retracement here, right, we should expect some form of similar retracement in this area. If it's going to start here, we don't know. If it's going to start here, we don't know. It may just start here now, and we don't know. So that's why we love to scalp the market several times a day based on price action. So that's what we'll be looking for when it comes to crude oil, because all the evidence right now is saying they may do one more push up to flush out this high, and then we can begin the next wave of sells down, so they can come back and grab some of these liquidity zones that are still sitting here in this particular area that they're going to want to come back to grab. Okay, so I hope you got some value on today's video. Let me go full screen here. If you did, again, hit that like button. And again, check out our website, theprofessortrades.com. You'll get some awesome value. And again, just wanted to thank you all for watching. Happy trading. For my members in the app, we'll see you inside the app in about 90 minutes or so for some more live analysis only inside of the app. See you soon.